Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this afternoon's webinar. So today we're going to focus on 6 steps and 5 ways. We've been very clear in advertising and promoting today's webinar that this is for people who are serious about growing their businesses. So I'm really looking forward to being your host and presenter for the next 60 minutes to take you through our amazing Action Coach growth system. And 6 steps and 5 ways are 2 very key components of our growth system, as I'll be talking through with you during this webinar. So if you're not familiar with Action Coach, then we are the world's largest business coaching firm, #1 coaching firm. We do operate in we have 1,000 offices around 80 countries around the world. Every week on average, we're coaching around about 15,000 businesses across all the countries you can see on the screen there. The UK is a really important market for us. Our global headquarters are in the US, which is also a very large market for us. And we're in all these other amazing countries. And we're actually founded in Australia by our founder, Brad Sugars. And we were founded in 1993, so very well established, as is our business growth system. So I'm Natalie Simms, and I own the franchise for Action Coach in Winchester, Basingstoke, and Farnborough. I'm the owner of that franchise. I'm the managing director, and I'm the head coach. So, you know, like yourselves as business owners, I'm wearing those multiple hats as well, and know all the challenges that you face, both coaching clients and running my own business too. And I've previously co-founded and built and sold my own technology startup business. I've been involved in other SME businesses as well, and I've had some senior executive positions in companies like the Walt Disney Company and Condé Nast. I discovered actually my passion for coaching back in 2017. Prior to discovering Action Coach, I undertook a professional coaching certificate. Then I discovered Action Coach, and I kind of joined business and coaching together, and that's now is my entire passion, and that's what I do for my living and in my business within Action Coach. So really delighted that you've been able to join us this afternoon. What we do, I do ask for anybody coming into, whether it's coaching and a webinar certainly, is to give this your full attention, and then you'll kind of get 100% value back from today's session. So we are making an offer today for, following today, if you like what you hear, like what you see, then I'd love to see you either in a one-to-one complimentary strategy session. I'm going to talk towards the end of today's webinar about what is involved in those and what you'll get for your investment of time as a result of that, and that will be a lot clearer as well once you've been taken through 6 steps and 5 ways today. So Action Coach is very much our premium one-to-one coaching product. But if that's not quite for you right now, then equally, if you'd love to take up an offer and come into our Profit Club, which is great for solopreneurs. So if that's where you are as the development of your business, it's kind of you right now, then Profit Club's a great club to join. An Action Club sign up somewhere in between the two. If you've got a small business, perhaps employing a couple of people, 1 or 2 people, then Action Club's a great club. And you can actually come into a strategy session with me, not knowing which of these products you perhaps want to pursue, and then make the decision afterwards. So you can kind of do both. You can have a strategy session and come to a club, but all of what is available to get to know us is free for a first session. But more about that later. So we always in Action Coach talk about how every business owner is bound to be experiencing one or more of these challenges, either challenges with time, typically owner working far too many hours in the business and missing out on that very valuable time with family and friends and pursuing kind of outside interests. Obviously, some of you may recognize that one. Team, challenges recruiting, getting the right people into the team. And then when you have got people into the team, getting the people in your team to perform to the correct level. That's a typical challenge as well that my clients, I help my clients with. And then money, that can be kind of all kinds of aspects, everything from, the business right now isn't generating enough sales, enough profits, or there's kind of cash flow challenges. And ultimately it's about, what do you want for your business and what level of revenue and profit and level of cash do you want within your business. So we're always very much very hands-on within ActionCOACH, looking to help our clients solve one or more or whatever the challenges and frustrations that they have. But these will typically form a very kind of typical set. So the way we then go about within our coaching and our business growth system of helping business owners is first to kind of work through this definition of what we call a real business. So we consider a real business to be commercial, it's got to be profitable. So it's a commercial profitable enterprise, that it works, and importantly, it works consistently, and with some time and in time, it works without you. So even if you're perfectly happy working a lot of hours in your business today, we want our clients to be in that position where in the future, it doesn't have to work with them in the business at all. And that then forms a fundamental kind of principle behind our coaching system, which I'll be explaining. So I've mentioned 6 steps, and 6 steps are these. Very, very clear steps that I'm going to take you through each of these. In fact, I'm going to take you really through the first 4, because it's the first 4 that are the most relevant to any business owner working with ActionCOACH on your first business. And I'll explain what those are and why synergy and results, those final 2 steps, are slightly different from the first 4. So I'm going to be talking through mastery, and mastery is all about ensuring we've got a really solid foundations for the business. And I'm going to be talking to you about 4 key areas that we focus on within mastery. A lot of what we do within ActionCOACH with our clients is focused on marketing. And so here it's all about generating that predictable cash flow, and also, turning up the marketing tap and increasing the kind of marketing activity, knowing that you've got those solid foundations so that you can hold on to as much of that valuable new revenue that you generate as profit. So, marketing very much follows the mastery step. Go the right direction. And then it's all, in our view, all about systems. So once you've got mastery in place, you've got your marketing really starting to develop nicely, got that predictable cash flow, then you can start to invest your time and other resources into systems as well. And we're going to explain our philosophy around systems. But that's ultimately all about having an efficient business that can work repeatedly and deliver consistent quality. And then it's all about the team. And this is the magic stage that you get to when you get to the 4th level, where you've got that commercial profitable enterprise that can work without you, because the team is all about having the right team environment, having the right leadership practices in place, and ultimately building that team structure for the future growth of the company, so that you've got that freedom about what you do in the future. So, when you work through with ActionCOACH those first 4 steps, then you've got to that stage with your business that it can work without you. And then you've got those choices. So we like to think that synergy and results is kind of like a magic level to be at. You've got this business that, should you decide to then sell it, it's at an optimal value. You've kind of future-proofed it. You've increased its value because you've got good systems in place, and you've got a team that runs the business for you. So you could sell the business, you could keep the business but live off the passive income, or you can do the whole other multitude of things that you might want to, with expanding the business, franchising the business, or deciding that now you've got this real passion for developing businesses and knowing a lot more how to do this reliably as a result of working with ActionCOACH, that you want to go on to invest in other businesses as well. But today's session is very much about working with you, our prospective clients, on how we could help you develop your businesses, particularly working through these first 4 steps. And I'll go through each one in a little bit more detail during the next 20 minutes or so. So starting with step number 1, so mastery. So this is where we get that commercial enterprise. It's not yet profitable. It doesn't necessarily completely work totally consistently, and it's certainly not working without you, but it's fundamental. And we talk about 4 major parts to mastery. Destination, and I'll explain more about that in a moment, what I mean by that. Money mastery, I'm going to explain again all these in a little bit more detail. Time mastery, and delivery mastery. So money mastery is all about you knowing your numbers and managing the finances of your business correctly. We'll talk a lot more about that. Time is not just time management, as I'll explain. It's all about your self-discipline, your relationship with time, how you can invest your time for maximum effect for your business. And delivery is all about ensuring that you're delivering a quality product service in a consistent way to your customers. And I'm going to kind of touch upon each of these 4 areas, but this is what makes up mastery. And we always start in our coaching journey with our clients on destination mastery. And this is very purposely done this way to start our coaching journey by thinking about what does the end of this journey look like for you, and what does your finished business look like. So we call it destination mastery because we're genuinely looking out to that time frame, which is your time frame that you want to be considering, having the freedom to make other choices about what you do with your life and your business. So it might be a 10-year time frame for some of you, it might be 5-year time frame for others, but whatever it is, we start at the very beginning of the coaching, helping you get very clear on, or reconnecting if you had goals originally but you've kind of lost a little bit of track about what those were. We kind of like re-engage you with your goals or help you set goals for that 10 or that 5-year destination time frame. And then we come back from that and we work on 3-year goals. And then we come back from that and we set 12-month goals for you personally and for your business, because we want you to have goals for your lives as well as your business, because we want you to be in control of your business and in control of your life. We want your business working for you rather than you working your business. So by having a balanced set of longer term, mid-term and 12-month goals initially, both for you, your family and for your business, then you're going to get that kind of balanced approach. And what we're doing within Destination Mastery, it's kind of fundamental initially to your motivation. So, if you think that motivation really is got 3 important parts to it. One is you've got to have that vision and real sense of why are you doing this in the first place, because once you've got that, you're going to be driven to achieve your 10-year and 5-year goals. So we've got to be very clear on your vision and purpose for you and for your business. And this isn't just like a box ticking exercise like a lot of companies do, where they feel they have to have a vision and they have to have a purpose or a mission statement. This is saying that for you to be totally driven to achieve your goals, you need a vision, you need a purpose, and then you need that to be compelling so that you can motivate your customers, and importantly, you can motivate your team as well and get them going on this journey with you and supporting you, and not you feeling that you're dragging your team along with them, but that they're on this journey with you, heading towards that same vision and purpose. We work on culture because that's the second level of motivation. You've got to have the vision and the purpose, but then everybody that's on your journey with you have got to feel that the values, this conforms with their values and their principles. So working on what you value as your company culture, and then making that visible to your customers and again to your team, will make sure that they are all motivated to come on that journey with you as well, because they understand your values and that's consistent with theirs. So in doing these, going through this goal setting a clear vision and purpose and culture for your business, you're really embracing those needs that you need to have to be able to motivate both yourself, your team, and your customers as well. And then what we do within our coaching, we work in 90-day cycles or quarterly cycles. So We do a quarter of coaching, which are working towards your 12-month goals. We then set a 90-day plan. The 90-day plan is then working towards your 12-month goals. But then in the next round of coaching, the next quarter of coaching, we're working towards the 90-day goals that you've set yourself. And because you know your 90-day plan is working towards your 12-month goals, and your 12-month goals is working towards ultimately your 10-year goals and your vision, you know everything is lined up. So that's how we kind of make sure that I'm aligned as your coach to you, and that, you know, we're working on the real things that are going to make a difference for your business in the next quarter. So, and then we also work on that bigger business plan for you as well, depending upon where you are with having a business plan or not. So that's destination mastery. Very, very fundamental to everything that we do in the coaching. Money mastery maybe is a little bit more obvious. So this is all my clients. I sit down with my clients on a monthly basis, and we look at their management accounts. So we look at their profit and loss and their balance sheet. And in order to be able to do that, then you've got to be in the discipline of having those financial statements and having a monthly P&L and balance sheet. And that means you're going to be in control of your finances a lot more, just by the fact that you do have these things on a monthly basis. But if you don't know how to interpret those kind of statements, and that's one of the things that we'll make sure we deal with very, very early on in the coaching. All my clients have, at the very worst, a weekly cash flow forecast, but ideally more like a daily cash flow forecast. In the coaching, you'll work with me on making sure you understand your break-even points, and that's both from a cost and a profit perspective. You know, how many business owners actually set themselves a profit target for each day, for each month, for each year? You know, most businesses are about at best breaking even, and they haven't even begun to think about what is the actual profit that they want to fund that lifestyle and achieve those personal goals that they want. So we'll work on your actual profit targets, and that will create a profit break even for you. And then the best will in the world, even with the most up-to-date financials, then they're always backward looking, aren't they? Because they're always, at the very best case, they're a day out of date, if not a month or more. So in order that you can control the future performance of your business, we've got to develop that forward-looking dashboard for you as well, or with you as well, so that all those key performance indicators that show, you know, how effectively is your marketing running, how effectively is your sales happening, you know, what operational quality and consistency is there, what are the exceptions. You kind of get the understanding of what KPIs are. So we'll develop that KPI dashboard with you. We'll do some early work for a lot of my clients. This might be like coaching session number 2, where we actually work on your kind of default diary. So we have the philosophy that, you know, time mastery is not about time management. It's about your self-mastery and discipline, and planning your time effectively, and really understanding that, blocking your time, having a really good sense of what a default diary looks like for you for each of the days of the week, that you've got daily activity planning in place. And once you've got these disciplines in place, then you can properly cascade that down to your team members as well, so that you can get them to be productive with their time as well as yourself. And then the third area of time mastery is all about making sure all those things which are not the high value things that you should be working on, or the high skill activity that perhaps only you can work on, that you're effectively delegating them. So we'll work on delegation skills early within our coaching too. So the final area of mastery is delivery mastery. And here we take a very early look at your quality and consistency of not just delivery, but how easy can customers buy from you in the first place? And then how consistent are you at fulfilling your orders for your customers? And then how effective are you at invoicing and collecting quickly on your invoicing as well? So we look at that early on within delivery mastery. So with that, we've really then addressed the mastery level. We've got those solid foundations for the business. And then we're in a position to move really into the marketing level. Now, we don't strictly just stay in mastery and before we move into marketing. We will be going kind of back and forth between mastery and marketing, because we're realists. You know, you've got to get some results. Most businesses, particularly in the circumstances we've been in the last 12 months, you know, you need to go and find new target markets, find new customers. So we're going to be working on your marketing very early on as well within the coaching. And this is the stage where we're trying to get to that commercial profitable enterprise with that predictable cash flow. So we always start in our coaching with building upon that work we'll have done in destination mastery around what's your vision, what's your purpose, what's your culture. And the next thing we work on is what's your true USP, your unique selling proposition to your customers. You know, how can we make you truly stand out from all of your competitors so that you've got the best possible opportunity to compete on value rather than just price. So we're going to work really early with you on your USP and getting that very clear so that it can be used throughout all of your marketing. And we also encourage our clients to really develop a guarantee. So if you don't have a guarantee and it's not necessarily applicable for your industry, or you think it's not, think of it more about what are the typical objections that you get in your sales process, because a guarantee is a great way to turn those objections around and say, well, you know, if any of those things were to happen, then we'll guarantee that we'll, you know, refund you your fees or whatever it may be. So to give you an example, my guarantee that I offer to my clients is if I don't give back to them at least the investment that they've made in the coaching through improved profitability, then I give my clients back the difference, because that's a typical buying objection I get. So we turn that back into a very strong guarantee, and we put it back in the form of a guarantee, so that, you know, in my case, the investment in the coaching is kind of absolutely neutral on the profit and loss, because if I don't get you the increased profits, I fund you back the difference. But whatever is applicable to your business, your industry, we look to build that into a guarantee. And then the exciting thing about marketing, it's all about practically working through what we call our 5 ways. Now, just before I explain the 5 ways, just to kind of put into context, you know, you probably today, if you're not running with a concept like 5 ways, you'll know your customers, you'll know your revenue, and you know your profit levels. But we consider that those are the results of 5 much more important things, and it's these 5 ways. So it's the number of leads you generate, it's how effective you are at converting those leads into real customers, it's how effective you are at repeat selling to your customers, so your average number of transactions you have with each of your customers, your average value sale, you know, trying to increase that over time as well. And the exciting thing about the 5 ways is they all multiply, so that, you know, as you can see on this slide here, number of leads is multiplied by the conversion rate to determine that first output of number of customers. And then the number of transactions and the average value sale multiply on top of the customers to determine your net sales, your revenue figure. And then ultimately the 5th 5 way is what's your profit margin, because that determines your, in this case, your gross profit. So by way of a very simple example to put this into a little bit more of an understanding, and let me just talk through this company firstly, and then I'll show you a slightly larger company as well. So here, this company averaged for all its products and services for the entire year, it generates 4,000 leads. It has a conversion rate of 25%. It therefore has 1,000 customers generated from those 4,000 leads. It transacts twice a year with each of its customers. It has an average value sale of £100. And so it's got a net sales or revenue, a turnover of £200,000 in this particular business. Its gross profit margin's 25%, and it makes a gross profit of 50,000. Now, again, the exciting thing about the 5 ways, and if you relate it to this example, so this particular business, we've gone for a 10% on average improvement target for each of the 5 ways. So, and a 10% is very achievable. And as you can see in this example, it means that, you know, we're looking to grow our number of leads by just 400. We're looking to grow our conversion rate by just 2.5%, because that's a 10% improvement. But the exciting thing again about 5 ways is you multiply those two things together, and you don't just grow your customer base by 10%, but you grow it by 21%. Your average number of transactions, in this case, we're looking to just on average improve that by 0.2 in this first 12 months. We're looking just to improve our average value of sale by just £10, taking it to £110. But the really amazing thing about 5 ways, and these first 4 of the 5 ways multiplying together, for any business that applies a 10% target to all of its 5 ways, you will absolutely get a 41% increase in your revenue, and with a 10% improvement to your profit margin, you'll actually get a 61% improvement to your gross profit as well. And that's kind of guaranteed if you can get all your 5 ways up by just 10%. Now, in times prior to COVID, we'd be looking at a lot more ambitious targets than just 10%. We might be looking at 20 or 30%. I'm going to show you towards the end of the webinar what this business looks like when you start to take a 10% improvement on 5 ways forward over 5 years, because this business is going to grow towards being kind of a 1.3, 1.4 million pound business if you can keep this year-on-year improvement going. So within our coaching, we're very practical. We have at our disposal to work with our clients more than 300 strategies for improving the 5 ways. There's some overlap between them. So some of the strategies we could apply to lead generation also apply to conversion rate. Having a guarantee is just one of those 300 plus strategies that you've got at your disposal, because that guarantee is helping improve your conversion rate, or it can help you improve your conversion rate if you can help you overcome those buying objections that you get through your guarantee. Just to give you an example of just what one strategy might be, but we've got 480 or so of these strategies at our disposal, and what we work with our clients on is we first of all baseline what your 5 ways are today, and then we select for the next 12 months which of these strategies should we look to apply, and then we go about week in, week out through the coaching, helping you apply those strategies and test and measure the performance of them. And this is all fundamental to that marketing. So again, I've already mentioned, this is the levels of increase you can get with that kind of 10% improvement. If your business is on a different scale to that kind of £200,000 business I've just mentioned, then this is exactly the same principle. It's basically the same example. It's just the transaction value is now £1,000 and not £100. Other than that, as you can see, all the data points I've mentioned before are the same, but we've got this now £2 million business growing to become virtually a £3 million business in the space of 12 months. And we've got the gross profit heading towards 3 million in this particular example. So that's the marketing. So USP, guarantee, working those throughout then the 5 ways and all the strategies that we choose to work with you on and we select together form the basis of us working through marketing and really helping bring in that predictable cash flow. And then our third level is all about systems. And in systems, we kind of go on these fundamental principles. So to have really good, effective delegation and be able to have people operating effectively in your team, you've got to have good systems. You've got to then train people in those systems effectively, and then you can properly delegate to them. And then you can have this positive cycle of systems, training, delegation, improving those systems, retraining, being able to improve levels of delegation as well. Because we work within ActionCOACH on the principle that systems run the business, people run the systems, and you lead the people. And if you've got that kind of happy cycle going on, then this is how you're going to improve the valuation of your business by multiples, is by having systems in place, and that the business is no longer dependent on people. So, if you find yourself blaming people within the team for what they've done, we say that, that's kind of the wrong attitude, the wrong behavior, because you should first of all look at where is your system broke down, and then you can kind of go and pursue, people and the people performance. So systems are at the heart of what we need to do to have this business running efficiently, effectively, and delivering consistent quality. So the way we do that is, firstly, this is our definition of system as well. So it's about saving yourself time, energy, and money. And it's about the principle of less is more. So we're not necessarily talking about really sophisticated, automated systems. We might be for larger businesses, and we're, everybody in the last 12 months has got more automated and more digitized than they've ever been. So I'm sure, automation and digitalization will be part of what we work on. But we're ultimately looking to get this nice balance of what we call 80% systematized, 20% humanized. So where we can, yes, let's systematize, let's get processes in place, let's look at technology and automation. But that then allows us to keep that 20% of that special attention we can give to our customers. That's that real value adding activity that only people can bring to our customers, that we can then apply our precious human resource to. So we very much work on this kind of 80-20 rule. And within systems, a bit like within mastery, where we've got kind of 4 blocks of activity, we've also got 4 blocks of focus that we put within systems as well. So key to it's going to be your delivery and distribution systems, and that's where we will look to map out your processes and look to put in place systems for your delivery. But coming back to that principle of systems and training and delegation, then that's where we focus on people in education, making sure that you've got good training systems in place, good development systems for your people, that we've got a really effective way of testing and measuring everything we do. It's fundamental to our marketing. How do we know our strategies are being effective for our lead generation, or which ones are bringing us the most value? Well, you only know that if you're testing and measuring those strategies. But that test and measure goes on and through everything that we do within ActionCOACH in all the levels, that testing and measuring. And then ultimately we are looking to ensure that we've got optimum systems and good technology, and we're looking for that, looking for technology to support those systems and processes as well. So systems is a big focus that we put, and it's all fundamental to you being able to scale your business and get to that stage where your business has got that kind of optimum future value. But the magic level really is having this team in place, and then when you've achieved this, you've got that commercial profitable enterprise that can work without you. So what we're looking for within our coaching is to encourage you as the business owner to be what I would call be the biggest generalist possible within your business. Now, we've all come into our businesses because we are the specialists. I'm starting my ActionCOACH business and building my ActionCOACH business up because I love coaching. So my operation is coaching, and I spend quite a bit of my time coaching. But what I'm looking to encourage, as I do for myself, all my clients to be, is to also be the marketing head, to be the person who's knowing all their finances too. So if this is you today, where you've got that real strong focus on operational aspect of your business because of the specialism and the reason why you started your business in the first place, but you're not putting the focus on whether it's marketing or finance or people, then we are looking to help you to have that kind of equal focus. And how we do that is very, very, very early on to get you to imagine, even if this is a million miles, having a structure like this in place for your business, even if this is that 5-10 year time frame away, if you can start to think about this right from the beginning of your journey within coaching, where you are the generalist, you are that general manager, you might be wearing all these hats right now. You might be heading up marketing, heading up sales, you are the operational head, you are running finance, and you are running the people when you start to hire people. But what we want you to do is to recognize that you are wearing these multiple hats, and in a way that portion your diary and your self-discipline and management and planning so that you are spending time on each of these activities, and it isn't all disproportionately just focused operationally as well. So over time, even if today 80% of your time is operational, we'll start to move the needle for you so that you increasingly spend more time on marketing, you spend more time on sales activity, running your finances and being on top of your numbers, and all the team building aspects that we're talking about. So we're looking to get you to be firstly balanced in your approach, but then we are looking for you, as you build your business, to have these other people in place so that you no longer become the marketing expert because you hire somebody far better than you at marketing. I'm going to get you skills so that you feel very competent at marketing, but in the future I want you to bring somebody into your business that is that marketing professional that will run marketing for you. You have that salesperson running sales, you have that operational person that's no longer you. And when you can achieve this, clearly that's the stage when you've got a business that can work without you. But how, this is a journey. You're not going to achieve this overnight, and that's not my intent for you in the coaching. It's to have you working towards this from the beginning, but working towards it gradually and steadily and consistently. But what we are very keen to ensure you've got is the keys to a winning team. And we've featured here the Mercedes Formula One team, probably one team we could probably all point out from last year as a winning team. So what are the qualities of a winning team? Because these are the things that we're going to work with you on to ensure you've got the right environment to engender this winning team atmosphere within your company. So I'll put all these up on the screen in one go so you can kind of see them, and then I'll talk about them. So yeah, so we absolutely need you to be that strong leader, to have the confidence that you've got those rounded leadership skills, and any of that you need developing, improving, that's what we can help you with within coaching. I talked about so we talk here about the common goal, but the common goal comes immediately from that vision and that very clear purpose. Why does your business exist? That's all helping you set that common goal right from the beginning in having that very clear view in your destination mastery. So, through goal setting, through things like your vision, your purpose, you develop that real sense that everybody in your team is working towards this common goal, and that your goals are their goals, and that they're on this journey with you. I talked about the importance of culture, and in the winning team aspect of it, we call it the rules of the game. So this is like your rules for how your team operates, for what you'll accept and tolerate as performance and not performance, and what you accept as values and what you won't accept, but that importantly you're being consistent. And again, I mentioned that the beginning in destination mastery, we start to work on your culture, and then you can hopefully see how important that becomes, because at the team level, culture is everything. If your culture's clear, you're recruiting based upon your culture, so you're hiring people that are a good match with your values and culture, and then you're rewarding and developing people in line with your culture, your rules of the game, then that's how you're going to build the right team, and the team that you want, and the team that's a cohesive team that works together. We've talked about goal setting in terms of, those big goals, those 1 year goals, those 90-day goals, but within our Action Coach clients, the business owner's got his or her 90-day plan, and all the heads of the business have got their 90-day plans that are working towards the business 90-day plan. And then individual team members have got their 90-day plans, their 90-day goals. So when we talk about action planning, that's what we mean. We've got everybody that's got their action plan that's working up towards the company 90-day plan that's working towards those 12-month and longer term goals. And that within time mastery, we've got those disciplines in place that we're planning tomorrow before we end today. That's one of the key disciplines we encourage our clients to have, is that you've got that level of activity planning in place, so that you do plan today before you do plan tomorrow before you plan today. So there's a lot towards action planning. We talked about effective delegation coming from systems, and that's all going to help you support your people to have an element of risk taking, because you can't grow, your people can't grow, they can't help you grow your business if you do give them some rein and you do give them some rope to, to actually be able to experiment, innovate and develop. But you've got to control that risk. So through effective delegation, by having good systems, you can then give people more and more responsibility and increase that responsibility with time, but give them some freedom and some opportunity to take some risk, to learn. We all learn from making mistakes, but we want those mistakes to be manageable mistakes and not huge mistakes that are going to risk the company. We want to create that inclusive environment for your team and company. Through all of these activities, that naturally starts to come. And we want our clients to recognize that ongoing engagement and training is so important and it's so fundamental to be one of those keys to a winning team. And then the last point that came up on it was communication. And hopefully you can see by having all these things in place how communication becomes a natural part of what everybody does within the team, because you're all working towards that vision. Those common goals, you've all got those clear action plans. I haven't really talked too much more about key performance indicators, but we do some early work on those in Money Mastery, and then everybody has a set of KPIs for their role. We have it for the company, we have it for each function, we have it for each member of the team. And then this is how we can get your business to grow and build that structure of growth for you to build that company, that structure of growth for the future. So coming on to, so basically what I've essentially done there is I've taken you through the first 4 steps of our 6-step system. You've got that commercial profitable enterprise that can now work without you. You can either go away for 3 months and the business can still work completely without you, whether it's marketing, sales, operations, finance, the people management side of things. You've got that in place and you can have got that choice about what you then want to do with this business. Coming back to how I can help you though, then as a coach, and how I can help you build to that stage, then in our coaching, we kind of go through this cycle. So I'm working with you as the business owner. So I'm helping you improve your business knowledge, your skills in all the areas I've been talking about. You then work on developing your team. I work with my clients often where I'm also working with their team, but predominantly I'm working to directly as your coach to help you improve and grow and learn. And then you apply that new knowledge and those skills on top of everything that you already know to your team. Your team delivered to your customers bring in the business that you want, and then you're kind of this very fulfilled business owner that's got a nice work-life balance, and you're working towards your ultimate destination. And I didn't say at the start, but I do genuinely mean this, and I miss saying it. Coaching there's 3 important ingredients to coaching. There's me as the coach, there's the ActionCOACH growth system, but it's your experience, it's your knowledge of your industry, your specialism, knowledge of your business. Coaching doesn't work without you, and it doesn't work to you, it works with you, and we kind of add your skill set to my skill set to the ActionCOACH system, and then we go through this kind of very positive cycle of helping you improve, you to be the very best version that you can be of yourself, so you can have the very best possible team, so that you can have the very best possible business. And then you're at that magic level of what do you do? What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do with your business? Your business as you've built it can work without you. You can sell it, you can keep it, live off the passive income, but knowing the business is running effectively without you. You can expand the business, you can franchise it, you can go into property portfolios, multiple different levels of investment. You've got all those choices once you've worked with us to get through those first 4 stages. I mentioned earlier the guarantee. So within my coaching, we offer this guarantee for ActionCOACH. So that it's as simple as, if I don't get you back at least the profits, increased profits in what you've invested in the coaching, then I give you back the difference. And hopefully you can see within 5 ways how effective that is. And if you can, if we agree a 10% target for your 5 ways, as in that example, then we will go after that together and we will get you that. It's very achievable, given, you know, we've got 300 plus strategies to work with you on to improve those 5 ways. So I can give you that guarantee because I'm confident I'll get you those results. What I want to do, it's nice, I think, to hear from some real clients, and this 3-minute video, I think, really brings out all the things that I've been talking about. And then all I want to do to really wrap up today is to just come back to the original offer and explain, if you were to come certainly into a strategy session with me, what we'll do within that strategy session. But I thought I would just share this video with you first of all, just so you can hear from some of our customers.
So for anybody looking to hire an action coach, I would definitely 100% recommend it. I was very skeptical to begin with, but I'm completely sold on what they can help you achieve within your business.
We saw results with Action Coach within the first week. It was instant and fantastic. Action Coach has helped me grow a team that believes in my culture and values.
We've moved from a turnover of 1 million to a turnover of just under 4 million, and profitability has increased enormously.
They ask you the questions that maybe you don't want to answer, that challenge you in the right places, and I think make you realise the bits and pieces that maybe you don't see being in the business day to day.
Our sales 12 months before Action Coach were 1.3 million. With Action Coach now they're 2.8 million.
And what it did, it actually focused our minds, made us sit down, think about what we wanted, where we were going.
They really understood what position I was in and where I wanted to take the business.
Our net profit previously was 66,000 and during coaching it's gone up to 200,000.
If you're serious about building your business, give it a go. You've got nothing to lose.
It's great to go on holidays and know that everything is ticking along and working without me there.
The core foundations that it puts in place that you may already think that you have nailed down, I can almost guarantee you don't.
It's not just about your business and making money and what you want to do going forward. It's about how you improve as a person, how you improve around others, how your management and your staff look at you. And I would strongly recommend using an action coach.
And the profit has gone up 530% since we started coaching. So a real big difference.
I now work on the business, not in the business, and I work far less hours than I've ever worked, which actually really has given me some amazing family time.
If you do the same thing over and over again, you're not going to get a different result. You've got to change something. If you want a different result, then you've got to do something about it. An action coach will allow you at your pace to do what it is you want to do.
Being in a business is very insular, and having somebody from outside and keeping you on track with what you're planning to do has certainly helped. I feel that all businesses could benefit from action coaching.
I'll just get back to the presentation. So yeah, coming back to the offer at the beginning, to book into a complimentary one-to-one strategy with me, how to grow your business, or book a free place at one of our Profit Clubs or Action Clubs. Both Profit Club and Action Club run every 2 weeks. They run next week. Profit Club's on a Wednesday, Action Club is on a Tuesday, so it's really easy for you coming from this webinar today. If you want to go and try one of those, we've got those running say next week, and then they're running again in 2 weeks time. I just want to give you a bit of a flavor though, should you want to come into and book a strategy session with me, kind of what we would do relating back to 6 steps and 5 ways. So what we will do for you is we will go through 6 steps, particularly the first 4 steps, as I've explained: mastery, niche is marketing, leverage is systems, team is team. We'll particularly go through your 6 steps for your business, and I'll have you self-score yourself on where your business is today. Then what you'll come away from with that strategy session is a very kind of clear gap analysis of where you feel you are today across this against, you know, what really good looks like. If we can get, you know, you can see on this from this scorecard, we're going to look to score your business, say, on USP and guarantee up at the marketing level. We'll look to score that out of 10. You give yourself a score. We'll do that for all of these areas, and you get this very, very crystal clear view of where you are today, what the opportunity for improvement is, and you've got that very clear understanding then of what, you know, what this return could look like for the investment in coaching. So that's what we'll do with 6 steps. We'll actually model for your business a 5 ways report as well. So this actual little spreadsheet here, we'll actually model a spreadsheet like this for your business. We'll model your current 5 ways. This is that example that we went through on the PowerPoint. So this is that 2 million business. It was also that £200,000 business if you took that sale value down to 100 rather than it being 1,000. But this models that business out over 5 years and not just 3 years. And we can do that for your business as well, if that's what you want to get out of this strategy session. So, you know, my aim would be to get you your very clear view of 6 steps and where you are today, your 5 ways. We put those 2 things together, given 5 ways is so fundamental to the marketing element of our system as well, and our coaching. And you'll have that very, very clear view of and vision about what this coaching opportunity could be for you to help you grow your business. All we ask you do to come into a strategy session is to complete a very simple questionnaire. It's a 4-page questionnaire. This is the first page, some very basic information about your business right now. This is the second page. This actually you can see on here, if you can see the words on the screen. This is where you get to, actually, I get a lot of feedback about how helpful this survey is for business owners, regardless of even the one-to-one strategy session, just to reflect on where they are and where their business is right now. So if you can read this screen, it's actually talking about, you know, what are your challenges, what holds you back today. So that discussion out at the very beginning of this session about, you know, what are your frustrations of time, team, money, you know, that's where this survey helps you really think those things through. This particular page gets you to have think through your marketing currently. Where do you currently get your leads from? You can see that from those tick boxes. You know, how are you currently estimating or measuring your conversion rate, and some basic information about your current company finances as well. And that then helps me and my other coaches prepare for your strategy session, because we've got this level of information going into it. There are a couple of other pages on top of this, but you know, if you've invested an hour coming into the webinar, I would say completing this survey is absolutely no more than that again, and it may be more like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And there's a very useful last page, which is across 28 different priorities any business owner could possibly imagine for improving their business. You know, right now, what are the top 5 for you? Because what we're looking to do is focus this strategy session for you so that we really hit those top 5 things. Because what we want you to come out of these strategy sessions knowing is not just where we can take your business in 12 months time or in 5 years time, but also, you know, how can we get you those results in the first 6 months of the coaching as well? Because we're all about taking action and focusing on results. So that's the survey. Should you want to booking for a strategy session with me, we're making my calendar available for the next couple of weeks. So you could book directly in today if you want through Calendly. We'll keep the webinar open for a couple of more minutes after I finish very shortly. And you can book in for a complimentary session, or whoever you've been in contact with so far in Action Coach within my team. If it's not me, then we'll follow up with you as well. But I would love to see you. Anybody booking today, it would be a coaching session with me, complimentary strategy session with me, and then I'm running Profit Club next week. And then if some of you have come into this knowing Jason, our other business coach that works with me, Jason will be joining me for Action Club next week. If you want to actually just try a session out before pursuing anything else. And it's often a good thing to potentially do both of these things, you know, try a club, coming to a strategy session, and that way you'll get a good feel. We'll be able to explore your business, and you'll be able to experience a group coaching session. If you think group coaching is of interest to you, if you very much think, because your size of your business already or your particular style, that it's going to be more one-to-one coaching, then I would recommend you just book a complimentary strategy session rather than coming into the group session itself. So that's really the end of today's webinar. You know, it's deliberately there to pitch to you about how I can help you grow your businesses, and hopefully that's given you a lot better understanding about business coaching, if you're not familiar with that, about ActionCOACH system, about how, you know, I can help you work through the coaching system and help you on a journey to grow your business. So I hope you have got some benefit from today. I'd love to see you in the future in a coaching group session or in a one-to-one strategy session, or both. I'll just leave the webinar open literally for the next couple of minutes, but we will close the session at 5 o'clock. So thank you for your attention today, and have a lovely evening.